Hello and welcome back to another episode. Minion J here. I'm extremely tired. If you haven't caught over the last couple of episodes, I did a sleep study last night for sleep apnea, and I will talk a little bit about that later on. And needless to say that I had the worst night's sleep in a very long time would be an understatement. So I don't have water today. I've got my cup of coffee. For those playing at home, my New Year's resolution is to cut out Coke, not caffeine, Coke. I was talking to a few people on the chat the other day. Apparently they can't drink coffee past a certain time. I'm not too sure what that is. Me, I would drink a cup of coffee or drink a can of Coke previously, 5 minutes before going to bed, and be completely out cold. So I don't know if that's anything in particular, but yeah, caffeine doesn't really affect me. A little bit all over the place today because obviously I've forgotten my power pills. I've ran out, which is a superpower apparently, because you forget to fill scripts, and that's an issue when you have issues like I do. So with the sleep apnea, I did checks on that yesterday. The primary reason behind that is because I have high blood pressure, and they're trying to work out where it's coming from. So that's nothing to do with reselling, but that's pretty much the gist of the sleep study. On the back of that, I didn't help my cause because they said to me, and I probably didn't read too much into it, that I needed to be there for 7:30 p.m. to check in. I actually thought that was an advisory time, not so much you must be here at 7:30. So I rocked it at 8 o'clock, and needless to say that the nurse was very, very, very irate, and she didn't go gentle on me. When she was putting things all over my body. She even shaved my legs. I'd give you a look at my legs, but no one wants to see that. So I got my coffee here today. I do have something to ask of you in the comment section. Please, if you do put a comment this today, what I'm going to do is when your comments come through, and I do love the comments, I like engaging with you. I do write back to all the comments. YouTube actually gives me an AI prompt to respond to you. So it may come up with saying, hey, look, yeah, that's a fantastic idea, or yeah, go team, or something like really random stuff. So in today's, because I'm so tired, I'm going to play a little bit around with the comment section today. I'm not actually going to reply to any comments. I'm going to let YouTube reply to the comments, in the sense that I will go through and click on the recommendations and let me know in next video's comments what you actually thought the funniest response was. Because these comments don't really have any relevance to the question or to the statement sometimes. The kids are inside playing Animal Crossing, kids across the road playing the recorder, got birds coming back for bird feed. It's going insane here. I'm too tired for this. So today, we're going to do a little bit of a Japan challenge. This is going to be a very, very short video, and I'm going to stick to 10 minutes in this one, so you don't have to wait for hours and hours and hours. So today we took out $50 of the Japan money and bought a Super Nintendo Classic Mini, or Mini Classic, whatever you want to call them. Grabbed this off Facebook Marketplace, about 10 minutes around the corner, so literally the next suburb over. However, to get there is a lot of windy roads. So for me to walk would probably be about 10-minute walk, 5-minute walk, probably about 400 or 500 meters, or a quarter of a mile if you're in the States. But because I had to drive there, it took me about 10 minutes, 12 minutes. So we picked that up. I have taken the photos. I will be listing it tonight, probably around that $150 mark. I'm in 2 minds whether just to put. I normally put plus postage on everything. There's very few select items in my store that's free postage now. Primary reason, and I will talk about this a little bit later, I'm in 2 minds whether just to put the $10 Skylander postage on it, or even just make it $144.99 plus post. The primary reason is when these came out, they were going for really, really good money. I remember when they released the first one, so the classic Nintendo Mini, people were selling it up to $400 or $500. Plus, this one actually comes with 2 controllers. The Mini actually only came with 1. So if you actually had the spare one, that was, I think, like $30 or $40 Australian to buy just the controller itself for the original one. If you actually found those in the wild, they were going up about $200 when they came out. These things have crashed. I used to pick them up on Facebook Marketplace pretty religiously, probably about 12 months ago, probably before Christmas, like the previous year, so 2023. Put them up, pick them up for about $80, $90, $100, and they would sell quite quickly at that $200 mark, and that'd be quite a quick flip. So I'll be quite curious to see how quickly it does go. The boxes got some very similar blemishes to the Lego set that we sold yesterday. We talked about, not yesterday, the day before. However, the console looks like it hasn't been used. It's got very minimal marks, if any. So like I said, I'll make it probably, I won't like new, I'll make it pre-owned. However, I'll put in the comments, very good condition to like new condition for the console. So like I said, that's cost us $50. Probably give us about another, whatever it works out to be when it sells. We have had some more Skylanders come in, so thank you for all those that have sent me Skylanders. I do have one that's currently outstanding in my messages that I will get back to you tonight. I just really didn't have time last night to check them out. So as I've said previously, if you do want to sell me Skylanders, fantastic. Please have a figure in mind. Because I really hate being put on the spot, especially when you say, hey, what do you think? That's probably the worst thing to say to a reseller, as you probably already know, because you're all probably most resellers as well. So thank you for those. So the 2 boxes are from a person on Instagram. You're more than welcome to out yourself in the comments. And the top bag, I really don't remember who it's from. I've got that much stuff. Generally speaking, whenever I buy Skylanders, I normally address it to the disgruntled octopus. And when I buy them through Instagram or people reaching out directly, I send them directly to me. But I don't recognise the top bag. So I've definitely bought it from somewhere because it's actually addressed to me personally. I really have to go through my records again because I haven't done it yet. So it will be there because as soon as I fork the money out, I put all the stuff in the system just to keep track of it from that way. So what we're going to talk about, the plus postage thing. So I did mention earlier that I've moved to the plus postage model. I was a very staunch free postage person. However, I am finding that I'm getting a lot of returns lately. So I think I did mention with a Spider-Man, and I'm falling over. Promise I'm not drunk. A Spider-Man game, the person waited to the 11th hour to open the return, then they waited to the day before they had to actually send that return to do it. So in essence, they rented the game. I did have someone before Christmas, just probably about, say, the 20th of December, they bought a Skylander game. So they bought the Skylander game, a whole bunch of characters. They bought the Skylander game for PlayStation 4, and with just the starter pack, so hey, with 3 figures. He actually reached out to me and said, hey, look, do you, this is for my son for Christmas, do you think that you could throw in some bonus figures? Not only did he asked me for a discount, but he wanted some bonus figures. So I thought, well, it's already came back. This is the second time this game's come back. So I said, yeah, well, I've got some broken figures here. I'll throw the broken figures in. So long story short, I threw the broken figures in. After I express posted it, knowing full well it wouldn't get there to Western Australia in the 3 or 4 days before Christmas, he reached out to me after I posted and said, hey, look, if my son's not happy with this Skylander game, am I able to return it? Generally speaking, this is the question you need to answer in the comment section for me. And this is the one that I will respond to with the AI prompts. Do you block or refuse to sell to people that ask about returns before they even purchase it? It's probably more daunting after you've sent it. I personally, normally, if someone reaches out to me and says, hey, look, I'm looking at this, do you have a return policy, or do you have all these different things? My spidey senses normally go off in the sense of saying, hey, look, is this, is it a rental, or what is their prerogative with returns? Because if you look at the eBay, the little screen that you already probably know, it actually has free 30-day returns or something along the lines of that. So when they do ask about returns, I generally, for the most part, block them, especially if I do go through their feedback and you do find that there are some discrepancies in the feedback left for others. But I do want to know if that's a trigger for you for blocking people on eBay. And it really comes down to the way they ask the question, right? If, they may have said, hey, look, I'm buying this for my grandson. If he doesn't like it, do you mind if I return it? That's perfectly fine. I'm probably more than happy for that one. I know it's a bit of a contrast with what I'm saying, but if they start asking questions and all these different things, normally to me it's a ground for blocking. I don't really want to deal with these people. So lo and behold, opens a return up, wants to send it back. waits to the 11th, like the 11th hour to send this thing back. Get it back today. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a bit of a pain having to bring it back into stock. However, I have found, especially over this Christmas period, I've had like 4 or 5 returns. Generally speaking, I don't have any returns at all. Like Skylanders, I've maybe had a few people reach out to me and say, "Hey, look, one of the characters is a dud," which maybe something has happened to them in the post. But like I said before, is this buyer that's probably reached out twice to me and said, "Hey, look, there's something wrong with the character, or you sent me the wrong character." He just put his 4th order in for $380. So this guy normally spends about $250 to $300, $400 each order he puts in. Salem's at the door wailing to go in. He wants to say hello to his public. We don't have any Salem cam today, unfortunately. So if you're waiting for that, you probably have to turn the video off. But like I was saying, is that generally I'm more than happy to engage with people that are repeat buyers and they make big orders. If they're a problem child off the first order, I normally probably go from, make an assessment from that way. But like I was saying, is that I'm finding that in this Christmas period, I had 4 or 5 returns, and 3 out of 4 of them were all rental returns. So let me know in the comment section below if you do know what a rental return is, or you had a rental return before. So generally what I class as a rental return is that you might sell them a game, which is quite high valued and quite expensive. For example, this one might be a $150 game. They buy it, they fork it out, then they wait to, if you've got 30-day free returns, they'll wait to 29 days in, they'll open the return case. eBay gives them another 2 weeks to post it, I think it is, which is complete bullshit to me. You've got 3 business days to return it, or otherwise you forfeit your return, life according to me. That's why I think eBay should be going. If they're expecting us to fulfill a return policy, which quite honestly is probably a lot more lenient than a lot of shops and a lot of stores. Back when I first started selling eBay, you did have the options of charging a restocking fee. You've also had the options of offering a store credit. So when people come back with change of mind returns, you had those options to say, "Hey, well, look, cool, you've returned a $150 game. You're more than welcome to have a $150 store credit in the store." But going from that way, and this is not taking away from consumer law and all these different things, you are buying second-hand products for the vast majority, especially in a second-hand reselling capacity. It's caveat emptor. eBay, I think if they are going to take care of returns and they are going to force sellers to do it, they should be very similar in the sense of saying, "Hey, look, we're covering returns." They should be covering the buyer guarantee and all those different things. Because if someone comes here as Facebook Marketplace, I've just sold that dragon set that I showed the other day. I think I mentioned that a little bit earlier. Gave me $160 for it. Like I said, I would have sold it for $170, $180 on eBay. I would have potentially opened myself up for negative feedback and box condition issues. And even though I pictured it, all these different things. Got the cash, straight in my bank account, and the guy leaves. He's not going to come back and say, "Hey, look, I've changed my mind," because as soon as it's left my premises, it's gone. So there's that caveat emptor, or you basically get what you get, and that's what you get. However, like I was saying with eBay, with their return period being 30 days, which is fine. Like, I don't have no issues with that. However, what I do have an issue is that return period for the buyers. Time limit for them to actually lodge the return. Like I was saying, is worst case scenario 5 business days. If we're providing the label or all of those different things, there's no reason why a return should take up to about 45 days to come back. That's my theory. Let me know in the comments section. I'm so exhausted. So I apologise if this video is a bit lackluster. I will be better tomorrow, I promise. I'll get some good night's sleep tonight and drink copious amounts of coffee, and hopefully that will help. But like I said, let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are. Apparently Animal Crossing's going off, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.